Hello and welcome back to the aowhodis podcast, where we're actually fishing this time. I'm joined by my co-host Alexander here.
Dude, we're episode 6, I
Is it
want to
6
say.
now?
Something like that.
Wow, no
And
fish.
we're actually, like, the whole thesis of the podcast was we're a podcast and we're going to fish while we do podcasts. This is the
Yeah.
first time we're actually doing it.
That's right. Well,
my
see,
reel's in the
I got out here, I test casted a little bit, and I'm already snagged, so the theme is here.
He's actually snagged right now.
Yeah.
Wait, show him, pull it, you know what I mean? We're not faking it, dude. Actually, no, he got snagged when we were doing our chess segment.
Oh, that's right.
And so this is him still staying
That's
snagged
right.
from that segment.
I lost the battle but won the war.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah.
Lost the battle but won the
I'll
war.
take it. Dude, I should have bet on chess.
Huh?
I should have bet on the chess. I'm gonna grab my knife.
Okay.
I
Dude.
wish we played chess more, man.
So here's the thing with chess is that
You hate
I
it.
actually suck at it, and I don't really care to get good. And I also I do have a disease. It's pretty serious. Don't laugh. It's called stupid.
Yeah. Sorry, I ruined it. All
right, buddy.
Such a
But
good
yeah,
joke.
yeah. It's so that's the reason. But you know, life goes on. I will
Yeah.
continue living. I can survive sucking at chess.
Dude,
you know
but what
I
if
mean?
what if there's ever like a chance to win $1 million, but all you gotta do is win chess, and
Well,
you can't even do it?
I guess I'm losing chess and $1 million.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Goodness.
Cause I feel like chess is basically all that's everywhere now. You know, it's basically the most popular thing ever. So you might as well learn it.
Are you sure? It's basically the most popular thing ever?
Yeah, basically, you know.
All right, buddy.
Just kidding. What even is popular, bro? I'm not gonna lie, I live under a rock. I gotta start, especially like now that I'm older and I have to keep up with this stuff, I gotta start watching the news more often.
Dude, me too.
Cause there's stuff that goes on.
Oh man,
Hit the
you're
same
never gonna
rock.
believe this.
Hit the same
You are
rock.
never gonna believe this.
There's no way.
Well, I guess we're snagged for the whole podcast again because I'm too lazy to undo it.
Really?
All right, Owen, how was your day?
It's good.
Give me your break, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, but what I was
Alright.
saying was like, I feel like, especially nowadays, like we have to be keeping up with the news and what's going on around the world. I mean, cause now we can vote,
You're right.
and that's important. Like I think that's a very, very important thing for somebody to do.
Vote?
Hmm
I agree.
I think so. I think
agree.
it's part of a citizen's responsibility.
Who are you voting for?
You know, I don't even know yet because like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm the type of person where like, if I see some news outlet thing, I am not even gonna try to believe it until I do my own research into
I
it.
completely agree. Yeah, completely.
And so right now, because of the fact that I haven't done so much research, I literally have no idea what's true and what's not. And like, I don't know what's going on. So if I were to go vote, I'd have to go find some unbiased information. Because every single thing that you see on the internet, especially about politics, has an agenda behind it.
Of course.
Not even just politics, just everything on the internet. Like, there's a reason people post things.
I completely
There's a
agree.
reason you're seeing things.
Yeah, and especially in our clip culture, it's so easy to just like
Facts.
I was watching a Andrew Tate interview with Piers Morgan,
Yeah.
and Andrew Tate was getting smoked by Piers towards the end of it. Smoked, like obliterated. And then Andrew Tate tried to back out with like jokes and stuff.
Really?
Got smoked. But the clip of it, I saw a clip of it later. So I was watching the full long form podcast, and I saw a clip of it later, and they clipped it together to make it like look like Andrew Tate was just smoking Piers Morgan. And I was like, all right, buddy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, it's crazy because so many people just saw that clip and they're like, yeah, Andrew Tate's great. He smoked Piers, but in actuality, it was the complete opposite.
Yeah, whenever I see something like that, I'm like, okay, what's the full context of this clip? Because it isn't, if you see clips and then you see like full podcasts and saying how different the message the person's trying to send is.
Yeah.
Especially on those like political ads. I don't know, I'm old enough now to get those political ads.
Me too.
And it's so like
don't
out of
listen to those
context.
political ads. Yeah.
It's
It's
so
like
bad.
listening. It's like one clip from like Trump or Harris.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, yeah,
Just saying some horrible thing.
that's crazy.
Bird's nested again.
Good
That's
job.
beautiful. Somebody keeps messing with me, because this isn't supposed to. Like it's not my fault. It's not my fault that I keep bird's nesting.
Who do you think keeps messing with you?
The fish. They've been messing with us, bro.
Let me go this way.
Like the fish stay messing with us.
No, you're right.
I probably didn't even get caught on a rock. It was just a fish just standing still.
They're unionizing.
They're unionizing. Facts. I'll pay their wages. I just don't know what they want. I guess they just want not to get hooked. That's probably a fair wish. You think fish even like remember like being hooked? They feel pain, I think. But like once they get back in the water, bro, you think it's just business as usual again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. Maybe their instincts change a little bit, but I mean,
maybe. Like you think they'd be more wary of the next time they see something like
possibly.
that? That's a good point. That could be it.
And so I think there's like I mean, they definitely like learn to an extent. Like fish can become like spoiled little brats. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you ever in like a
those-
really suburb pond,
And
and
those
like
pond bass are crazy.
yeah, and then they feed them like freaking steak.
Yeah.
No, they feed them like bread and stuff, and so like normal worms just like don't work on the fish.
Yeah.
You know
that's
what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
And so
They're on that hot dog diet now.
yeah, hot dog and sausage diet. And so like they're spoiled little brats, and so they won't eat. My dog's like that, you know.
Really?
My parents feed her chicken
No.
for every meal.
No.
They feed her like wet food, dry food, and then chicken.
Really?
Like my dad goes out and buys chicken just for the dog. Dead
Jeez,
serious,
dude.
like dead serious. And she is morbidly obese. Like you're like think of like the fattest human you know, double that, and then change the species to dog. And you'd be like a quarter of the way there for how fat my dog is.
Dude.
I'm not gonna put a picture in, but
That is
like,
crazy.
just imagine.
You need to get her running again. You be taking her on walks?
No, I'd be at college.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
But-
fair. You should get her on one of those like underwater treadmill things. You seen those?
Why underwater? Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the joints.
Yeah.
Those are cool. Dude, I would do that.
Underwater treadmill.
Yeah,
I
where
feel like
it's-
I'd just start swimming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how
screw
do-
running.
Be like, I'm beating this thing.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Nice.
I don't know. Those things are weird.
Really?
Why would you run in water?
I think it's halfway in water so that there's not as much pressure on their joints. Because they're floating, they're more buoyant. So then they can
sure.
still run, but then since it's like above their waist, they're kind of floating so that their joints don't hurt. But I think that
Gotcha.
from what I've seen, the dogs freaking love it. Like I think there's a lot of dogs that just want to run, you know. So when you attach them and like they're on the thing and you get that treadmill going, they can just run as fast as possible. I think that's all they want. So that's all my dog wants.
That's interesting. I wonder if the other dogs feel like they're missing out.
Yeah.
Like they're getting FOMO from the other dogs. You
They
know what
see
I
that
mean?
on like their parents' TikTok and they're just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
ah,
yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
see how
there's-
much you love me.
Yeah. There's like a doggy empire of like
Yeah.
like $1 million dog. Like Kim Kardashian's dog. Like my dog would. No, my dog probably lives better than Kim Kardashian's dog.
Probably.
Chicken is
With the
crazy.
chicken and
Yeah.
everything.
Speaking
and the
of
daily
FOMO.
walks.
Speaking of FOMO.
FOMO.
Do you experience FOMO a lot?
FOMO as in fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out.
I experience it, dude, all the time. Yeah.
Really?
There's so many things, especially in college, that you can miss out on. Like college, you realize that, well, at least what changed for me is that in high school and like high school summer and everything, I had the time to do things. I just got to choose what it was. But now in college, it's like there's so many activities that you can't possibly do all of them. So you literally got to be like, okay, I'm not going to do this one so that I can do this one. So it's like prioritizing. And so like I feel FOMO with every single activity I see, but I'm just like, I can't do everything. There's only a couple things you can do. So what do you want to do, you know?
Sure. What do you do?
What do I
I
do?
know. Well, I won't say that, but what are you like when it comes to social experiences and stuff? What are you giving up to, and then what are you doing? Does that make sense?
What am I giving up to experience a social activity?
Yeah. And then what social activity are you experiencing? So what are you giving up, and what are you getting as a result of that giving up?
Okay, sure.
Like, what do you prefer doing?
Yeah, well, what I'm giving up is less time for me, when I think about it, it's kind of like less time to do self-improvement tasks. I mean, there's so many things that I can do that I can always get better at. And like normally if I have a lot of free time, I'll try to think like, okay, what can I do that can make myself feel better tomorrow? And think like, what can I do so that I wake up tomorrow and be like, all right, thank you, Owen, for doing this today. You know what I mean? And so when you hang out with friends, you give up time to improve on that stuff, and you give up time to I guess just get better in general, and even time to decompress as well, because people, Some people need more than others, but some people need time to decompress and just get ready for the next day. And so going out social, especially after finishing work all day, that for some people that's not decompressing, and so it just makes them more stressed for the next day. And I'm gaining, well, just the obvious connections. College, you go to connections, whatever. But not just that, but I know, especially me. Humans are naturally social creatures, right? I think I'm an extroverted person, not in the fact that I want to go out and talk all the time, but just in the fact that I gain energy from being around people. And so when I try to go out and go to social situations like that, that is like decompression to me. And so I'll get more ready for the next thing I want to do just from going out with people. And so it doesn't even matter what we're doing. I mean, I can just go to my friend's dorm and I could do homework, or I could sit on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but I could do nothing. And I could go out with friends, and that would still motivate me. And so for me, it's like you do these self-improvement tasks and you do these things so that you can go out and enjoy your time with your friends, That's how I think about it.
That makes sense.
And FOMO is big in college.
You're an extrovert.
I think so.
I got you. Like you gain energy by being around people.
Exactly. It's not even that I'm extroverted in the fact that like I'm easily able to talk to people, and I think I am, but I don't think that's what extroverted means. I think extroverted and introverted is, do you gain energy from talking to people? Does it increase your social battery again? Does it recharge you, or does it take energy away from you? And that's how I think of introverted, extroverted.
Yeah, I'm definitely introverted for
Introvert?
sure. Yeah, I like expend so much energy talking to people.
Interesting.
Until I have to like regenerate. Like there's so many times I'm with people, I'm just like, can I just leave?
I feel that, yeah. I feel that. But then I'll think to myself and I realize that what I'm looking for when I'm trying to leave, it's not actually like one big activity. It's just one like instance. Like when I'm bored with my friends and I'm like, dang, I want to go home and lay in my bed. I'm going to go home, I'm going to lay in my bed. And then after like 2 minutes laying in my bed, I'm going to be like, damn. Like you're not as content as you thought you would be.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like laying in bed and I'm like, yes.
I'm so glad I went home.
Yeah, literally.
I got you.
Literally. Sometimes I do. Recently I've been something I'm trying really hard to do is like when I'm working, and when I'm not working, I'm not working. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying not let the work spill into everything else. But recently I've been like thinking about work when I'm not working, and so when I'm with people, I'm also thinking about work, and so I'll leave early to do more work, which I don't like at all.
You want to keep it separated?
I'm trying very hard to. Yeah, I think it's really important. And so that's where I'm at right now as far as like social things. Right. Is like figuring out like ways to just like, because it's hard when you're working and then you stop. You're still like thinking about it, and you're still like, if I was on like a roll or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm still thinking about new ideas and stuff, and so,
still in that mode.
Yeah, I find myself like thinking about work when I'm with other people, which I'm really trying to get rid of because I don't like that.
Does that normally happen like right after you like get done with work and you go out with people, and is that when the problem
sometimes
comes?
Or like I'll just start thinking about it and I'll be like, man, I really want to work. Like I try to limit myself to 4 hours a day, but sometimes I find myself like doing more. Like I'll have done 4 hours in the morning, and then in like the evening, when I'm like supposed to hang out with people, I'll like go for like an hour and be like, all right, time to go, and then I'll leave and I'll do work, because I mean I genuinely enjoy like my time. Like I did a whole day where I basically just worked until I no longer wanted to work. Yeah. And I just watched stuff on my phone for like an hour.
Did you enjoy that day?
And then I was like, I want to go back to work, and I did that for the whole day, and I really enjoyed the day. Yeah, I really did. I look back on it fondly.
Wow. But you think that it's important to get social?
I think so. Yeah. I think that an 80-year-old version of myself would regret not going out and being social all the time. You know what I mean? At least in college and outside of college too. For my whole life, really. I really do think I would regret it at a later age not doing it. And I also told myself I would more, this semester, and I have been. I've been following up to that. Or I followed through with that.
You think it's been worth it?
Yeah. No. Yeah. For sure, 100%. It's exactly how I thought it would be.
I heard no in there.
Yeah. Wait, what?
I heard yes, no.
Yeah,
yes.
No, it has been. It's exactly like that. It would be like kind of forcing myself to do it.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's probably good for me, and it's probably like when I get older and I look back, I'll probably regret not doing it. And so you can't split test life, so I'm just betting on what I think. You know what I mean?
Dang, nice.
Chris Williamson quote.
Can't split test life?
Nope. Yeah, or at least he said it. I don't think he
It's
quotes from a lot of other people. I don't think it was him who came up with it. Maybe it was. I don't know.
I got you.
But yeah, so I mean that's really important to me.
That's
And then
true.
also like meeting people. Like if you're in your room all day, you're never gonna meet anybody and it's like the more people you know, like everybody knows something you don't. You know what I mean? And so the more people you know, on average, the more you learn. And I think that's really important.
Do you think you could get the same effects from an online relationship like that, or does it have to be in person?
I'd prefer
I mean,
in
not have to
person.
be, but
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like, we probably wouldn't still be talking if we didn't like hang out online, because
Right.
like we were in elementary and then middle and high school we never
Right.
were in the same school.
I guess I'm talking more of the people who meet online, stay
Yeah.
online, and then do things
Oh,
online.
sure.
Like where you meet a friend on Discord. You know what I mean?
I've never really done that before.
Really?
Like, I've never had an online friend before. I don't love it. Like I like to meet people in person. I think it's much more of an intimate connection.
I think so too.
And so like if it was a choice between playing video games or hanging out in real life, I'd hang out in real life.
Yeah.
Before, like maybe when I was in middle school, I'd be like video games, but now I'm like hang out in real life for sure.
And now I'm in the middle of let's hang out in person and play video games. Like let's meet up together and then we can play.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah.
Even then, honestly, I'm not a big fan of that either.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just not a big video game guy anymore. Like
That's
unless
fair.
I'm alone, like I'll eat up a Minecraft survival
Yeah.
world alone. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
But I'm just not a big like playing
I'm
video
not
games. with
either.
other
I guess I
people.
only say that because my roommates are, and they don't go out too much. So like I want to hang out with them a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like them. So I'm like, all right, let's play some video games. Cause I just want to relate, bro. I have trouble
Sure.
relating sometimes.
Me too, dude.
Yeah. Like, what do you
too.
even be doing? Well, cause some people just, I don't know. Like my roommates, they don't do too much outside of the dorm or outside of the apartment. So we don't really hang out outside of the apartment. That's kind of sad. I wish
Why
we
don't
did.
you try to force yourself, or like say, hey guys, let's go out,
Oh, I do. I've tried.
and they're just like, no.
They don't really have a desire to. Why would they? They don't see the reason.
That it is interesting. I don't know.
And they're in different situations. But even in their situation, the difference is I went to my college right after high school. I didn't take any break. I went straight to the dorms, and I stayed in dorm life for a year. And then this year popped up, and my two roommates right now, they were friends from home, and they both took a year at community college. And so this is technically like their first year at my college, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I feel like the first year is the year that you'd go out the most. Like
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I did. When I was in my dorm, and obviously it's different, like the apartment is so much more comfortable than the dorm. But when I was in the dorm, I didn't want to stay in there that often. It was depressing to me. I wanted to go out and do stuff.
Really?
Mhm.
Why was it depressing to you?
There was just nothing there. Everything was outside. It's
Really?
just sad in my room.
There was no like common area where people were hanging out and stuff.
No, so when I first pulled up to my college, I didn't even have a roommate. Like he didn't show up. And so I had the room to myself. So not only did I not have a common place, I didn't even like.
I'm talking like a lobby,
Oh,
like with a
yeah.
ping pong table, pool
sorta.
table.
I mean, like out of my dorm, not like the
I'm
full
okay,
dorm
sure,
room.
sure.
I mean my room itself.
Your room, got it. keep
Yeah,
going. My
like
fault.
going out to the common room, I think that's going out and hanging out. That's something different.
Okay. my
I
fault.
mean, like, in my eyes, there was just not really a reason for me to stay in the dorm itself. It was just sad. I mean, it wasn't even that nice of a dorm. It was literally just a box.
I'm the same way then.
Yeah.
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 I was out
and
pretty
so,
often.
and so I was out all the time. But I guess my roommates, like, they got to skip the dorm experience, and so
But I think the dorm experience is really valuable.
I think so too.
Like I'm very glad I did it.
Me too.
Um,
But what I'm thinking is, I wonder if it would have been as valuable for them, because obviously they're different people. Like, it was good for me, but like I just said, I'm extroverted. You know, I gain energy from going out, and so maybe for some people it would be better to start in an apartment.
well, I even think that introverts should. I don't think college is the place to be comfortable. I don't think you should chase. Truly, I don't think you should chase comfortableness and be content in your comfortable environment in college. I think college is when you do force yourself to go out, you know, have an experience, make some mistakes, get some good stories. You know what I
Right.
mean? And when you have those as a foundation for who you are, those stories, those experiences, you start to become I've noticed that the people who have the most stories, have been through the most stuff, experienced the most stuff, like they have a level of confidence about them.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I've been here before. You know what I mean? But I think that a certain point in life, you settle down. At least for me, I want to settle down. I want to be comfortable. You know what I mean? But
Right.
now, 19 years old,
19.
these are your peak growth years. It is not the time to be comfortable at all. You should not chase comfortability. You should chase challenge. You should chase experience, and you should chase a goal. Truly,
Yeah.
like now's the time. You know what I
Right.
mean? At least that's how I think about it.
I
Like,
get that. And I don't want to say like they obviously have goals. Like
of course,
their goal is to.
And I wasn't necessarily talking
pass
about
that.
them. I was talking like in general.
Right. Like I talked to them about it. Their goal is to just go to class, get home, do their homework, chill, hit the gym in the nighttime, gain weight. That's it. So their goals are basically pass class, gain weight, go to the gym. I respect it. But I don't know. There's more you could do.
Yeah, I don't even know if I respect it truly. Like, I was in a
I
car
definitely respect it.
with a couple of other people, and I was playing a song. I might have told this story on the podcast before, so I'll do a quick TLDR. I played Katy Perry, California Girls.
Yeah.
The guy in the back didn't know it because he was sheltered his whole life.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he was sheltered, homeschooled and stuff. And then he got out of the car. Everybody else in the car was like, yeah, we respect it. And I even said, too, I respect that. He's firm in his beliefs or whatever. But I actually don't respect that. I don't think it's... I think the chasing experience is actually really important, and it doesn't show character to be firm in your beliefs. It shows character to have reason to be firm in your beliefs. You know what I mean? And the only way you do that is by experiencing a bunch of stuff and being exposed to a bunch of stuff. And then you can kind of take out what you want to take out. Like, who do I want to be in light of all of this experience?
At what point can somebody say that and be like, and you would respect it?
What do you mean? Settling down and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I really don't know. I think it's different for everybody, and also like.
I mean, because like it seems like 19.
Yeah.
You don't respect that. You don't think people should be comfortable.
No, not at all.
At
I mean, okay, like I'm not saying you can never be comfortable.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, there's a little nuance to this.
Of course.
But
in general.
I'm not gonna put an age on it because it's different from everybody. I think when you.
I'm not saying age, but.
Yeah.
Like what does somebody have to achieve for you to be like?
It's not about achievement. I just think that maybe post-college. I think post-college, I think post-college is when you can start thinking about it. You know what I mean? But pre-college, I do think it's important to go out, make your mistakes,
That's valid.
and it's like that's truly what you're paying for in college. It's like people think that you're only paying for the degree in college. There's far more in college than just a degree. And it's about, college is truly what you make of it. And so if you're just in your dorm all day going to class, like, you're not getting your money's worth.
Right.
Truly. And so I do think that people should go out,
That's true.
experience. And I'm not saying party. When I say I don't necessarily mean party.
Me neither. Yeah.
I mean have fun. You freaking. There's new. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's like.
Shoot, go party.
Or
Why
go
not?
party. Yeah, sure. But
It's in the realm.
I'm not saying like party every single night. I think there's a certain point when it gets to a point of ridiculousness. But it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you just done fishing?
No, I've been fishing this whole time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I just reeled in right now.
I chose the one moment.
Literally did.
Yeah, love that.
But yeah, I think it's really important to kind of. Dude, this lake's deep actually. What the heck? Experience what you need to experience. Cause like then, if you're doing that, then it's like, how do you grow?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't even think not everybody wants to grow. People are okay with who they are, and that's the
At
hardest
19
part.
years old?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, it's not even like they don't want to grow. It's just they don't want to grow right now. Like they got their setup right now. They got their stuff working. Dog.
How did that happen? Hopefully this line doesn't like burn off or something. Whatever, they can't see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anyone knows who they are at 19. I don't know who, like, you know what I
I
mean?
have
Like,
no idea. I'm still trying to figure it out.
It's tough, and I think you get there through experience.
Yeah.
And through intentionality, because a lot of people coast through life.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, whatever happens, happens. I don't really like that mantra. I think that you have to be very intentional about, like, think of the person that you want to become and be that person. And it doesn't even have to be like, a lot of business people say this, like, I want to be super rich and, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be that. It's just like, who do you want to be?
Right.
Like a housewife, like, who do you want to be? You know what I mean? It can be anything. And then try, like, be intentional about becoming that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, somehow I'm on the dock. I don't know what happened here. I don't know, that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts?
What's interesting, I'm trying to think, because, like, I mean, it seems like you're saying just have a goal and be intentional about working towards it, you know?
Yeah, and you don't even have to necessarily, A, you don't have to achieve it, and B, it could be the wrong goal.
Right.
But going for something, you'll learn. Going for just nothing or coasting
Right.
is,
I feel like there's, how many people really think that they do that, though? Like, I'm not saying, I think there's a lot of people that do it, but I don't.
Nobody thinks they're doing it.
That's what I'm saying. So how do you know if you're one of those people?
Well, look at your life and be
Right.
like, am I doing that? Like, be intentional about looking at your life.
What do you mean?
In retrospect, seeing what have I done,
Right.
and am I doing that? And if the answer is yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'd bet that your 80-year-old version would be pretty disappointed
If what?
if you continued just coasting,
Mm-hmm.
rather than being intentional about what you do in a day.
Yeah, that's fair. And it's not even just going towards a goal too. It's realizing that there's something on your tail. There's something you should be scared of. Like, think about your life. Think about where you want to be in those goals, but also think about B, like, okay, if I didn't do anything and I just coasted for the next 30 years, what would my life look like? And you need not just a goal, but you need something like that to be scared of, you know? There's studies. I mean, there's a study, for example.
Are you about to talk about the mouse one?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Oh.
I mean, there's a study
Great.
where people used mice, and they tested how hard they'd pull and how fast they'd go chasing a block of cheese, right? And then they did it where they taped their tails to the ground so they can't run away. So they can run, but they can only run in place. And they placed a cat right behind them. And they noticed that it wasn't just when you have not just the motivation of chasing the cheese, but the motivation of chasing the cheese and being like running from a cat, they pull stronger and they pull faster.
So the TLDR is basically mouse will pull a lot harder when they're running from something versus when they're chasing something. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. That's
Well,
what I
okay,
said.
I'm trying to explain it. Let me try that again.
That's what I just said.
It is what you just said. It is what you just said. I'm sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. But yeah, I mean, and thinking about it in your life in that frame, it's your goal being the cheese and realizing that if you weren't to do anything, time is going to still go on. Things are going to catch up to you. And it's not just going to be that you didn't reach your goal. It's going to be that I'm snagged. No.
This is your what?
It's not going to be just that you reached your goal. It's that you're living a life that you envisioned that you didn't want to live. And that's scary to me. That's scary as crap.
You know, it's more scary for me, it's more scary learning to be okay with that. You know what I mean? Like being okay, being content with failure.
Really?
That's more scary for me. Like, I can live yeah. I don't think, because
Like
I see...
What's scary to you? Forcing yourself to be content with it?
Yeah, like, rather than trying to improve it, being content with it. That's really scary to me. Like, I find myself failing at certain things.
Why is that scary?
The same reason that it's scary to not achieve it. It's just like a different thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, I see what you mean. But, like, I feel like when you get there, if you're content with it, it's not really a bad situation. You know what I mean? Like, you're content with it. It's nothing
that's
happening.
scary. That's scary to me. I don't want to. I don't want to be content with being subpar at whatever I do.
Oh.
And so, like, the mental health will stay the same, I guess. But, like, there's always that thought in the back of your mind, like, I could have been so much more. That I could have been is really scary as well. Like, I could have done this. And you'll get so many couldas before you can't anymore.
Yeah. I think living a life with no regrets is just
I think that's the TLDR of everything that we're saying. It's just living a life with no regrets.
Right. But the important thing to realize is that you shouldn't regret something just based on the outcome. You should regret something based on the decision that you made on the time with the knowledge that you knew. So if you had the knowledge and you made the best decision at the time and it ended up shit hitting the fan and you lost all of it, there's no reason to regret that. You made the best decision.
Exactly.
But if you knew the right decision and you chose to do something different and you chose to do something wrong knowing it was wrong, that's something that you can regret. And so living a life with no regrets isn't about not making mistakes. It's not about things going right all the time. It's about making the best choices with the knowledge that you know, and truly like trying as hard as you can. And I know that's cliche, but truly, like, if you try
There's a reason it's
as
cliche.
hard as you possibly can, there's nothing to be mad at.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nothing.
You like don't be mad at what happens.
You did
be
your
mad at what
absolute
you did.
best. There was nothing you could have done that could have improved it. So there's no reason to beat yourself up over it.
There are inputs and outputs. You can't control the outputs. You can only control inputs.
Exactly.
And so if you work towards, like, we'll say a business, but it doesn't have to be. It can be anything. If you work towards a business for 20 years on the same thing, the likelihood that you will achieve it is incredibly high. You're almost guaranteed.
Really?
But you might not. And as long as you worked as hard as you possibly could, then it's not your fault that you didn't succeed, and you should be content and happy with the amount of work you put in. And so I guess what I was talking about is, like, it doesn't really matter what I get out, it just matters what I put in. And so as long as I know that I worked really, really hard, I can be content and confident in my work. You know what I mean? And so, like, in 5 years, if this doesn't work out, but we still are doing more work than we're doing now, we can be content knowing, like, we did what we could.
So when we were talking earlier and you were saying you were scared of being content with being subpar, you're talking subpar in the amount of work you do, not the external motivations.
Like, me considering myself subpar.
Right.
Like, me versus me.
Right.
Like, the inputs that I put. I'll be, like, a little more specific, like the inputs that I put in.
If you're
not the
content though,
outputs.
would it be subpar? Like, your version of par would change.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I see.
I think that, you know, like, young kids always want to be like astronauts and like YouTubers or whatever.
I see.
And then life, like, slowly beats it out of them because they realize how much work is required. I
Sorta,
don't
yeah.
want my dreams to be beaten out of me. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily care about achieving them, but I want to try.
I see what
And
you mean.
I get really happy in the attempt. And so, like, back to, like, the amount of work that you put in, it's like, be happy with that, not
Right.
with anything you get. Because you can't control what you get, but you can control what you do.
Right. Yeah, and yeah, that's scary with the life beating down. And I think there's also the other aspect of it. It's not just that life beats it out of them, but the people realize that, like, as a kid you have infinite potential, but as you get older, especially if you want to succeed, you have to waste like 99% of that potential just to focus on one thing.
And most people don't do
Are
that.
scared of that.
Most people their whole life
Right.
is just a bunch of half measures.
And so that's a big thing, and that's something that I'm still trying to accept in my life too, because that's hard to accept, is that you don't have infinite potential anymore. I mean, you have to close doors now. There are closed doors. There's not infinite.
99% of the doors will close. You're absolutely right.
99% of them are going to close, and so I have to get rid of my potential and nearly every single thing that I might want to do, and I have to be like, okay, you got to focus on this thing, and that's your real potential. And that's something I think that's kind of hard to accept as you get older, because nobody wants to say that they don't have unlimited potential. You know what I mean? But there are doors that are closed, and you just got to focus on something.
Yeah. I think what a lot of people do is they focus on multiple things.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, I want to do multiple doors.
Right.
Like, they try to do, like, 5% instead of 1%.
Right.
But in doing that, you actually do kind of nothing.
Yeah,
And you
do a
close
lot
all
of
the
nothing
doors.
instead of a little of something.
Rather than, like, if you have 100 doors, going all in on one door, you're most likely to succeed if you do that than trying to go half in on 10 doors.
Yeah.
Or a tenth in on 10 doors.
Right. And yeah, for that to succeed, you gotta realize that there may be something better you could be doing, but you just
can't split test life.
Nothing's perfect.
You
dude.
have to make a decision.
Literally nothing is
There's
going
an
to be perfect.
opportunity cost for every single decision you make. You can't split test life. You have to make a decision. Any
Yeah.
decision is better than no decision. Truly. Unless
Analysis.
it's mass murdering children, in which case, do not do that. Do not make that decision.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
This is really off topic.
How many times have you mass murdered a child?
No. Would you rather kill 5 kids in the forest and nobody knows about it, or 1 kid on television and everybody sees it?
One kid on television, everyone sees it.
Really?
Yeah. It's 5 kids versus one
Yeah,
kid.
I guess you got to say that, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, because I mean, I can actually tie this back to what we were talking about. Like, I would know I killed 5 kids.
Yeah.
Versus 1 kid.
Right.
And so it's like, I would know. You know what I mean?
But nobody else would. You could live the rest of your life.
I would know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would care.
So you living in jail? I want to say right now, I would do the same thing. just I don't want to play. This is not the question to play devil's advocate on.
Yeah. Ah, man. I mean, I truly do. I'm just a really perfect human.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I thought you were gonna agree with me, so I'd thank you preloaded.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, whatever. That's funny. What are you locking in on?
Right now,
What's your door?
my doors are, I play volleyball in college. I'm really focusing on that. I'm trying my absolute hardest. Last year, I was okay with just coasting in grades wise, but I'd like to get better grades, B's and A's this time. So I'm focusing more on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like being more intentional about what I do. Like I'm not just passing. I'm going in and I'm learning this stuff and I'm taking initiative. You know what I mean? I'm not just going in class and doing nothing. So right now I'm focusing on class. I'm focusing on volleyball at college, and I'm focusing on this.
Class volleyball and this.
Yeah, class volleyball and this, and social too. But what I do socially, I don't think is intentional as what you do. I think my socials are kind of just, I've got extra time, but like I'm not like forcing myself to go out once a day and hang out with people, you know, like that comes a little bit more natural to me. And so I don't like force myself to think about it. So I guess that's a door too. Like I still keep that door open for social ventures, but it's not the door that I'm like focusing on, you know what I mean? Like it's important to me, but it's not what I'm focusing all my time on.
Yeah, sure.
What about you?
Work for this, social stuff is pretty important to me, like we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Work, social stuff, school, and then that's it. Internship stuff as well.
Oh, and I've been starting to learn Japanese. That's been pretty fun.
Yeah, all right, buddy.
Aloha.
Spanish.
Mate.
I'm trying to get him to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means no.
Did we just talk about how you should only do one thing and list like more than one thing that we were doing?
Yeah. Well.
I think in college you're supposed. Okay.
Well, I mean, like college.
Hold the phone. I'm about to say something wise and I don't want to forget it. You know how they say like, oh, I forgot it.
Wow.
Oh, hold on, it's coming. Hold on.
That's genius.
Masses, quality, quantity. Okay, that's what it is. You know how they say quality over quantity?
Yeah.
Alex Hormozy said, I think it was him, I don't know, but he said a quote that I liked. He was like, it should be, you have to do the quantity first to find the quality. And so I think that's what you're doing in college. And so I'm fine with having multiple doors in college as a 19-year-old, as long as you are able and mature enough, as long as I'm able and mature enough later to lock in on the few things that matter most.
Right.
And the few things that matter most for me are probably going to be relationship with people and business.
Work. Yeah. And you know, obviously, like, in general, it's easy to say, like,
And helping people.
focus on just one door, but, like, there's doors in life that have to stay open for you to be healthy.
I think when people say that, they're
you know?
mainly focusing on
Like they're not talking
business.
about the normal stuff that you have to do.
Yeah,
like
I think
they obviously got to keep a door open for the gym. You got to keep a door open for staying
forgot about
healthy,
that.
for you know the weight. Like my weight, I got to keep a door open for bulking. I didn't even talk about that.
I didn't talk about that.
You know, like that's actually a really big door. That's something I'm focusing on. That takes a lot of time from me. And so that's one of them. But those kind of doors, they have to stay open. Like it's not that you can just wake up and do the same thing 24/7.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think when people talk about doors, they're mainly talking about business stuff.
Yeah, opportunities.
Opportunities, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You think so?
I think so. But like if doors in life,
Yeah.
that you should have a couple open. You should have 7 income streams. No, I'm kidding.
7.
That's the dumbest thing.
It's inflation,
People
bro.
saying,
It used to be 6.
It used to be 5,
Jesus.
actually.
Oh my
People
God.
saying you need 5 income streams is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Why?
Because then you're gonna try to do 5 things and achieve none of them.
Yeah. Well, I think it's
the
right. It's
people
just
who-
misrepresented.
No, I think the people who make it big, they got big off of one thing and then they diversified.
Yeah, I agree.
Not the other way around.
I agree.
And so I think that's like important to know. Like
Yeah.
most millionaires have 5 income streams, but like how did they get the million
Right.
in the first
How
place?
many millionaires started with 5? Or
Almost
focused on 5.
Yeah, probably none.
Probably none. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anyone. So.
Me either. It's always been one thing, except for Elon.
Except for Elon.
Except for him.
Now he has multiple.
I mean,
but
he
he
did
started
PayPal.
on just PayPal. You know what I mean?
Oh shoot, you're right.
You know what I mean? And then once he had money, he had the time.
My
Well,
fault.
he didn't
You're
have
right.
time. But yeah.
I don't know where that man gets an extra like 13 hours in a day. So
Just
where
swear.
he's on different timing, literally.
Swear.
Man, goodness.
Yeah, he's got 24 hours to work and then like 5 hours where he just sits on X. That's his day.
Yeah,
his
no, literally.
27-hour work day.
27.8.
Dude, would you want to be a billionaire?
I mean, here's my philosophy.
If it happens, it happens.
If it happens,
No,
it
no, no.
happens. You know what I mean?
Of
I mean,
course.
wait. Okay, first of all, that's a weird question. Who would say no?
Okay. If you...
The amount of work required
That's
to be a
what I was gonna
billionaire?
say.
No.
Would you want to work to be a
No,
billionaire?
I really want a family, so no.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, a lot of billionaires have families, but
I really want to dedicate a ton of time to my family, and I'd want like that life.
that's fair.
But no.
You'd have to be a billionaire before you
Yeah,
had a fam.
sure, but I don't think
I want a
like
young fam. So.
if you think about the time horizon and the work required, no.
You want to get married,
Of course,
you want to have kids.
of course.
You have like a certain age. You obviously like it's not like guaranteed, but is there
Not
one where
really.
you like?
I mean, before 30, preferably.
before 30.
Yeah, before 30 preferably. After 30, you know, I think it's like 30 or 30, like between 30 and 36 is when like pregnancy, when women get pregnant, like the risk of like the
Yeah.
child having a health consequence like spikes.
That's when their winter.
And so I don't know if
starts.
I'd have a kid after like 30
Really?
with a woman. Maybe we'd adopt.
Interesting.
I'd love to adopt.
I think so too. I like that.
I'd like an army. I was talking to somebody in college, and they were older. They're very, like kids,
Yeah.
you know, wife. He like made it, like
Yeah.
nice house in a
Nice.
nice neighborhood, like
Nice.
5 kids from ages like 6th grade to like junior in high school.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And so like I'd like to get like a diversified kid base. You know what I mean? Like not like you see the tickets of like one kid for every year.
You're hedging your bets.
Yeah. But it's like, no, right? Yeah. Like one of them's bound to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
But I'd like to do that. That's definitely like, as far as like goals in life, that's number one.
Number
For
one is
sure.
kids.
Oh,
Me too.
100%.
Me too.
Like if it's a choice between business and family, I'd pick family.
Me too.
Some people wouldn't. Alex Hormozy wouldn't. He'd be disappointed in me if you were watching this video.
You think so?
No. I don't think that's, I just don't think, I don't know the guy. But
Not
that's
yet.
what I would do.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Hey,
facts.
Alex Hormozy, if you want to come on the podcast and fish with us, freaking, we'll come to you. You know what I mean? We'll fish in Vegas.
Yeah.
We'll fish out of your penthouse apartment.
Why do you think? Like the rate of like the amount of people who don't want to have kids? Why do you think that's been going up so much?
Because of the stigma around like business and like big, manly, masculine, like you gotta have a ton of money, like Andrew Tate style stuff. And I don't even hate Andrew Tate. Like I like a lot of what he says.
What does that have to do with the other thing?
Like people just prioritize business over family.
Oh, I see.
And so
You think
when
that's what
asked in those studies, they're like, yeah, I want to do business over anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought.
Which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it's just a choice.
Yeah, from what I've heard, I mean, I definitely hear like some people saying that they want to focus on business instead. But from what I hear, it's mostly their like dislike of kids,
Oh, it could also be that.
and also like with how much it costs now to have a kid. Like a lot
That's
of people are
going up.
saying like they just A, can't afford it, or B, they don't like kids. I've heard that a lot actually. There's a lot of people in college I ask, because I ask that question every once in a while. I'm like, do you see yourself having kids in the future? You know, because that's also like, you know, something that's kind of a vet question for me. If I'm talking
okay.
to somebody,
Sure.
like, you know, I want her to have kids in the future as well. Or want to have kids in the future. And so I'll ask that. And a surprising amount of people say they don't want kids just because of their dislike of children.
Huh.
And that's kind of sad to me.
I guess that's where culture's heading,
Yeah. I don't know.
that's interesting.
Maybe that's where culture's heading.
I think it definitely is, like women independence kind of thing. Like we don't need a man, we don't need kids.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
exactly.
How do you? I'm not gonna ask that question.
Okay, but what's scary to me is I think from what I've heard from projections, we're soon we're gonna be facing underpopulation.
Oh yeah, I think
That's
every
scary.
woman needs to have like 1.4 kids or something.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Or Elon Musk can just have the kids.
Or
for
Elon
him.
Musk could just do it all.
Yeah.
But I think it is like 1.4. Like every woman has to pop out like 1.4 kids to maintain population in
Yeah.
America, and that rate, like genuinely population is an issue.
It's scary to me.
Yeah, that's pretty scary too. I mean, I'm down for underpopulation, homie.
What a statement. Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Less lines in the dining hall, dude. Less lines in the dining hall. My goodness, I
Facts.
hate my dining hall for that specific reason.
I just want to go buy land in the future, bro. I think, no, not I think, bro. I know that in the future, dude, land is going to be the most important thing to own. I think.
Really? I feel like
Yeah,
so,
dude.
never
If we
mind.
continue with overpopulation, or if we
What?
like in the realm of population, right? I think if we continue to get more people on this earth, right, which we're going to. I mean, right now we're facing underpopulation, but I don't think it's going to stay like that forever. If that were to be a problem, that means that there's going to be a crap ton of people and not enough land to sit on. So to me, that seems that the value of one worker's, you know, like, I'm not saying the value of their life, but the value that they can bring to the workforce. With more people in general, that is going to be smaller, right? Like in comparison.
So what's the thesis?
And so my thesis is if you don't have land, it's going to be harder and harder to work for $1. And every day, the dollar is going to get less valuable. The only thing that's going to keep value truly is land.
But I feel like
I think
don't know, dude.
I
Land
think
is
that
so
if you don't have any land, bro, you're gonna have a really tough life.
I think it depends.
And this is gonna be generations.
I think it could go either way. I think as society increases, parts of land will be like will get super high value, but also the parts of the society is kind of ignored a little bit, like outskirts will become super low value. And so as technology increases and like where you are geographically, because I think the popular locations like LA and New York City are only going to get more and more, advanced and bigger.
Right.
And the underpopulated and underpopular locations are going to get even smaller and smaller. And so like
Really?
land will either be super, super expensive or just super cheap and super like not worth it because you don't get anything other than just the land. That's my theory.
I see.
Like it'd be either of the two extremes.
So you think that people would continue to move out of those places and continue to go to
People
towards
are
those
currently
populated?
moving out of those places, but I was using them as an example because that's how it is today. But like, there are some like people are moving to like North Carolina, the state of North Carolina, like so quickly,
Really?
so quick. Like North Carolina's becoming the spot.
I didn't know that. I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I don't know much about it either, but that's what I'm hearing.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I see, in my eyes, it's like if there's only a finite amount of land and we can't grow more land, it's only going to start getting more valuable.
I don't know, dude. Picture this.
Now we can grow more livable land.
Picture this. Picture this. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Mars.
Mars?
Colonization.
Yeah.
Dude, I could eat up some colonization of Mars.
You'd live on Mars?
Oh, no, I wouldn't actually. But I would love that people did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Be sick. I would totally take a vacation to Mars.
Dude, how would that mess with like your circadian rhythm?
Oh,
How would that
dude.
mess with like your humanity part of you that's so used to the earth, dude?
Yeah, there'd be a way to do it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Dude, I'm pumped to colonize Mars. Did you hear they teleported smell?
What do you mean?
They teleported smell, dude.
How does that work?
So they can teleport like visuals, TV.
How do you teleport? What does that mean? That shit does not sound scientific.
I saw it on a TikTok, dude.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. But
I'm kidding, but it sounded legit.
dude. So they can teleport like visuals, right?
How?
TV.
Okay, so that's what you mean by teleport.
Yes.
Okay.
They're teleporting sound.
Transmit.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're teleporting sound.
She still doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not sound. Smell.
Really?
You can teleport sound too with phones.
Interesting.
But you can teleport sound. I mean smell.
What does it smell like? I can't smell anything right now, but
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. It just smells like things, dude.
I want like a scratch me sticker.
the
but
smell
like
of a burger
Mars.
just like in my nose. What?
Yeah, I want like a. That's cool. So So does that mean like if I smell something bad and I'm on the phone, like I'm like, yo, bro, smell this real quick. I send that to
There's
you.
gonna be like Shazam on the phone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a smell
Wait,
app.
Shazam on the phone? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be like, what is this?
Recognizing music.
Yeah,
Dude,
recognizing the smell.
that's a really good application.
Thank you.
That would be a good
I really
app.
appreciate that, bud.
Like, what is this smell? You know what I mean?
What does this smell like? Yeah.
Or like you could put it up to like a fruiting and be like, what does this taste like? That's tough.
And then they can implant the taste into your mouth without actually eating the food.
Oh.
No, that'd be cool. For like people who need to
that.
lose weight, you know what I mean? Like I can
Oh,
taste
yeah.
the
You
donut,
can
but
taste
I
it.
don't actually need to eat the donut.
Right.
I don't think that would work.
No, you still be hungry.
I think people who are addicted to like food like love just the idea of consuming food.
Really? It's
You know
not
what I
even
mean?
about like, they just like the taste.
They just like
I'm trying to
kinda
get addicted, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
And actually, yeah.
Kind of like how
try
people who are addicted like smoking weed like the act of smoking weed.
Yeah.
Like people who are addicted to eating food like the act of eating. You know, it's the exact same thing.
I bet so. They enjoy the drive.
Thought
they
I'd relate it
enjoy
to something
the-
you're familiar with.
Yeah. Yeah. I miss. Yeah, I'm trying to get to that point.
Yeah, we gotta get lunch after this. I'm actually hungry.
I'm down.
Speaking of hungry, lunch.
Yeah, where are you trying to go?
I'm
I'm down to hit some like all you can eat someplace.
I would, but we have all we can work to do for the rest of the day, so we gotta get going.
Yeah.
We gotta
This
hit
is
a
why I'm skinny.
drive through and dip. Dude,
Yeah.
get like go to Sonic and get like one of their milkshakes with like 1,000 calories. Knock it out.
You're right. Taco Bell is the moves.
Get like 4 Mr. Beast Feastables bar. Taco Bell, yeah.
Dude, I was thinking about that because they're like what 350, 400.
Like 350.
So if I eat 6 of them, right?
So 14.
No, 6 times 4 is 8 is 24.
350 times 4.
350 times 4. No, if I eat 6 of them,
My fault. Yep. So like what? 18?
2100.
2100. Wait, 350 plus 350 is set.
350 times 6. 300
is
times
7.
6 is 1800.
7 plus 7 is
plus
14.
300 is 2100.
14 plus 7, 8, 9. You're right.
But yeah, so I'm thinking that if I just eat, like if I would just wake up and I just knock down quick 6 bars, anything I eat is a surplus after that. So if I wake up, bro, knock down 6 bars for the rest of that day, bro. I'm
Yeah, but
bulking.
for the rest of the day, you also won't want to eat a thing.
No, but the thing is, like, I'll already have 2,000 calories in, so I'm good no matter what. I won't lose weight.
So you're not solving the problem, you're just not creating another one.
What you know about the 6 chocolate bars a day diet?
You're also gonna like die at 30.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Dude, maybe I'd do like Go Mad before that.
I don't even know what that is.
Go Mad is a gallon of milk a day. Yeah, that sounds horrible.
That sounds awful.
That sounds
I'm
horrible.
not a big milk guy.
But people will gain like 12 pounds in a
Dude,
week.
can I put y'all on something real quick?
Not a milk guy.
Permission
really?
to put y'all on real
Weak
quick.
bones.
Yeah, you're right.
Go ahead.
Permission to put y'all on real quick. This is gonna be great. Get Cinnamon Toast Crunch with chocolate milk.
Bro. You tell me that that's definitely healthier than a Mr. Beast.
Oh, I'm not saying it's healthy.
Yeah.
I said I was putting y'all on.
Oh, you mean like the granola bar or the
Cinnamon Toast
like
Crunch.
the cereal?
The cereal.
Yeah.
And then rather than milk.
Unpopular opinions, mid. It's alright. It's pretty good. I know, but everybody loves it, bro. Literally, like, I think it's just the go-to like basic cereal, dude. And I'm not saying you, because I know you don't bandwagon it. But people be doing it. Just people in general. I don't know. I'm a Fruity Pebbles kind of guy.
You know the N word?
I'm a Crave kind of guy.
You know the N word?
Nice person. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I am a nice
You
person.
basically just said that to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like
What?
equivalency.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch being mid.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't think it's as good as everybody says it is.
Mid is
It's mid. It's 5 out of 10. We argued about this yesterday.
yeah. 5 out of 10? What's a
Yeah.
10 out of 10 cereal?
Ooh, maybe like you ever had Crave?
No.
Oh, it's so
I'm craving
good.
some Cinnamon Toast Crunch though.
I'm craving some Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles? What's
Fruity
what's
Pebbles
Fruity
are good
Pebbles?
too. That's like a 8.5, 9.
Fruity Pebbles are
Hell
an 8 out of
yeah.
half 9.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
That's insane.
Shit, what? You don't even do it with milk, you chocolate milk.
This is also milk, dude.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. And I could do it with milk. Dude, what other cereal do you have taste so good, first of all, and second of all, do you have this sugary after milk?
I would take Lucky Charms over Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
What did you just say to me?
I would take Lucky Charms without the charms over Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Okay. That one was just
Yeah,
I said that just
dude.
to make you mad, but the first one is true. I would take normal Lucky Charms.
This microphone's probably picking up my heart rate right now.
Yeah.
It's like 150. Wait, 250.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'm upset. I just want to, honestly, let's end the podcast now. I just want you guys to simmer on that.
Yeah.
What he just said.
Let's think about that.
Like, just think about that for next week, and then hashtag Owen sucks in the comments.
I don't like that.
Hashtag Owen's wrong in the comments. I want to see
I'll
it.
take Owen sucks, bro. I'd rather suck than be wrong.
Hashtag Owen's wrong in the comments, please.
I'll take that.
Can't believe that. Everybody who hashtags Owen's wrong in the comments, I'm gonna call out by name in the next podcast.
Everybody who hashtags that gets to sub to us.
They get to sub to us.
Exactly.
I'm gonna call you out by name and say thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are we at?
An hour and 34 seconds.
Perfect,
Yeah.
dude. Perfect. All right. But yeah, we're gonna cut this line and then go on a floating mattress in the middle of a pond.
Yeah. See you guys there.
We'll see you guys there.
Yeah.
Go see our video. It shouldn't be up by now, but it will be up eventually.
Yeah.
And so what I want you guys to do is I want you to see it. It will be up. Go see our floating mattress video. It'll probably be titled "Fishing While on a Floating Mattress in the Middle of a Pond" or something of the sort.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for
please-
watching aowhodis podcast.
Thank you.
Have some deep thoughts about what we talked about today. It's very important.
Hashtag
And,
Owen's wrong in the comments.
Hashtag Owen's wrong. We'll see you next week.
All right, y'all stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you.
Let's go.
I can't believe you said that. Did you say that for a bit or are you serious?
Which part?
The
Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I'm
Wait, what do you
serious.
mean which part? What other part?
No, I'm serious. I don't hate it. I just think it's mid.
That's crazy. You're mean.
Okay.
Got you there, buddy. What are you going to do about it? All right, mic's off.
Okay.